All right, everybody. So we are going to work on making a line graph in Google Sheets. So when you have a blank sheet open, if you go to this A column, this is for your independent variable. So you are going to type whatever the variable is. But type in the title as if it's your axis label on a graph. So include your units, include capitals, check your spelling, all of that good stuff. So I'm just going to add in some pieces of data. And then once you hit your B column, that's going to be your dependent variable. So again, add in the information as if it's the label for your axis. So I will say, so it's a measure of kinetic energy, and I am going to add in just some random data. Please don't copy my data down because I am just randomly adding in numbers. Now you've got all of your data added. So what you're going to do is you're going to highlight just the cells that you wrote in. And then up here in your menu, you're going to find this icon. It looks like a bar graph. It says Insert Chart. When you do that, it's automatically going to turn everything into a graph. I don't want random dots. I would like a line. So I'm going to change it to a line chart. So here we go. Oh, and down here, if I scroll down a little bit, I can choose to have it kind of choppy, or I can choose for it to be smoothed. That's up to you. Now you're going to come over here to customize. In customize, the one thing that you are really interested in is this chart and axis titles. Now, if you look, you've already got your y-axis, which if I pull this down and go to horizontal, you'll see that it filled in my title for me. I've got my x-axis, and if I come over here to vertical title, you'll see it filled it in for me because I already did that work. Now I need my chart title, which is this up here. That is terrible. And remember that we always do how the independent variable affects the dependent variable. So how mass affects distance. Actually, no, affects kinetic energy, because that's what we're trying to look at here. Now, down here, I can play with the formatting, the font, the text color, all of that good stuff if I want to personalize this. Right here under series, this, if I scroll down, and this is where I can change the color of the line if I want to personalize that. I can change the way that it's drawn. Please keep it as a solid line. I can make it thicker, or I can add the points onto the line. I can make it a thicker line if I prefer that. It's up to you. You can personalize this. But down here, if you check off trend line, that's where you get your trend line. Please make the trend line a little bit of a darker color so that it's much more easily seen. Oh, this trend line is very thin. So I'm actually going to come over here and I'm going to make it a little thicker so that it's more obvious. It is a faded line because it's not supposed to stand out that much. And now I've got a graph. Up here under chart style, if you want to play with background colors, you can do that. Please, please, please do not pick a color like this or a color like this that makes it hard to look at. But if you want to do something more pale, you are welcome to do that. I can also just click on elements here and I can start to edit them. So for instance, if I decide I want my title text color to be black so it stands out a little bit more, I can do that. When I feel like my graph is done, I'm going to just click on it and I'm going to click on the little menu up here with the 3 dots and I'm going to copy my chart. And then I'm going to come to my document, and wherever it belongs, I can paste it in.